with or without probable cause. Kaya ako, nabitin ako na talagang hindi televised ng ICI. Nabitin ako. Lahat na sumisigaw na ikulong ang mga kurak. Eh, paano may kukulong? Di ba, kurak, mga kurakot. Pero, ano may kukulong? Pagkatapos ng isang hearing, lahat wala kang nakita. Sandro Marcos, Martin Romualdez, kumalat na sa social media na si Martin Romualdez ay may 10 mansyon sa Forbes.
Attorney to pass your question. You just ask one question. You will not stop. My good friend can articulate here for the rest of the day. Anyway, let me go into the question of probable cause. Kasi inuturo ko yan in the College of Law where I was dean. Probable cause is also of constitutional origin. Particularly in the issuance for a warrant of arrest. So probable cause the phrase appears in the Constitution because that is the standard for which a warrant of arrest can be issued.
Article 3.
Yes, Article 3. However, you can find probable cause also in the rules of criminal procedure in preliminary investigation. Before the amendments to the rules of criminal procedure, the standard for finding, to determine whether a criminal information will be filed in court is prima facie evidence. Now, prima facie is lower than probable cause. Probable cause is of higher standard than prima facie. And it is described by the rules of criminal procedure as follows. It has 2 elements. Number 1, a crime has been committed. So, the investigator must determine first that there was a crime. Maliwanag na mayroong crime. Now, what the investigator will now determine is whether or not the respondent probably committed the crime. That is probable cause. Now, probable cause means only more likely than not he committed it. More likely than not. And therefore, it is not a finding of guilt. It is only a finding of probable cause. Now, probable cause can also be utilized by the police in warrantless searches. For example, if they see that there is probable cause. Now,
Let's focus on the impeachment.
Yes, what I'm saying is this, Panero, no? Probable cause is both of constitutional origin and really a criminal law concept. It is a criminal procedure concept. If you ask me, first of all, I'd like to correct you. I'm not really a constitutional expert, but I do teach constitutional law. But I don't consider myself an expert. I lean on the views and opinions of former Chief Justice Renato Puno, who I consider to be the living and best constitutional law expert in the land today. I do not understand where the House Justice Committee plugged the concept of probable cause in determining whether to file the articles of impeachment or not. There is nothing in the Constitution that tells them you have to find probable cause before filing the articles of impeachment. However,
So in other words, I'll cut you short, Attorney JB. In other words, mali yung ginagawa proceeding sa House?
no, not
Because
necessarily.
probable cause as a term, as a criminal law, constitutional law term,
Yes.
wala doon sa House rules of
There is,
impeachment?
I do not know about the House rules, but I do know that in the Constitution, you cannot find the requirement to find probable cause before the filing of the articles of impeachment. However, I must add this, and this is very important, Panel. The Constitution grants to the House of Representatives the exclusive power to initiate impeachment. Diyan kami medyo, this is where I really do not agree with the decisions of the Supreme Court, when it struck down the articles of impeachment as null and void. I think it was a case of overreach. That's another issue. I think that the House, if it wants to impose on itself the standard of probable cause before it files impeachment, that's its prerogative. Nobody can control the House. So we cannot say it's wrong. We can say that, it's not easy to understand where they got it. Maybe some lawyers there who are practicing litigators like Attorney Topacio and myself would say, harapan na lang natin ang probable cause. But actually, to me, if you just ask my opinion, I think prima facie would be enough. And I'll explain later why, if you ask me.
Okay. Thank you for that clarity in terms of the differences between prima facie and probable cause. Having heard our experts in the law of the land, I'd like to hear from the law of the Lord. Ngayon, Father, sinabi nga ni Attorney Ferdy kanina, bakit naman parang double standard? Other proceedings, medyo transparent. Tulad dito sa House Committee ngayon, whereas doon sa ICI, hindi transparent. I think perhaps Attorney Ferdy would not disagree. How come doon sa impeachment complaint laban kay President BBM, walang ganitong clarification hearing, pero kay VP Sara mukha yatang marami at mahaba. Pagdating po ba sa batas ng Panginoon, ano po ba dapat ang batayan before we can condemn any person? Before we can make a person accountable?
Unang-una, dapat walang double standard. Diba? Before God, we're all brothers and sisters. So therefore, nothing in the law of the land and in the law of the church can be used to protect anybody against an accusation, whether with or without probable cause. Kaya ako, nabitin ako na talagang hindi televised ng ICI. Nabitin ako. Lahat na sumisigaw na ikulong ang mga kurak. Paano may kukulong? Di ba, kurak, mga kurakot. Pero, ano may kukulong? Pagkatapos ng isang hearing, lahat wala kang nakita. Sandro Marcos, Martin Romualdez, kumalat na sa social media na si Martin Romualdez may 10 mansyon sa Forbes, may 1.6 hectare na property worth 80 billion. Mind-boggling figures. So therefore, kung totoo yan, dapat bigyan ng sapat na exposure. Sandro Marcos, anak ni Bongbong, meron ba yung exposure sa fake flood control projects? Kung meron, ipakita. Kung wala, ipakita rin. Pero bakit hindi pinakita? Kaya ako, personally, bakit gano'n?
Pero paano, Father, kasi lumalabas na inuuna muna nila si VP Sara, baka susunod naman yung mga ibang involved sa mga flood control
Sana, pero
projects.
balita ko, nasa ombudsman na yung kaso ni Martin Romualdez. So, ilabas na yung buhay. Ilabas na, kasuhan na.
Okay.
So, pero sa akin, bagamat naintindihan ko yung probable cause sa prima facie, dahil sa tagal ko ng exposure sa mga abogado, good and bad lawyers, I will not say whether this two,
Sabi ko ng finding ng probable cause, Father.
yung good and bad lawyers, I have probable causes to conclude that certain lawyers are good and certain lawyers are bad. I will not conclude on the two of you.
It's obvious.
So, kasi nagkasama na kami ni Ferdy, nagkasama na rin tayo, sa tagal na pakikialam ko, I've been exposed to all kinds of lawyers, good and bad.
Neutral na.
Hindi ako neutral.
Never neutral.
Pagkagalitan ko kayo kapag kailangan. Pero ang gusto ko na sabihin na yung side ng simbahan, ako po, mula nung July 2016 hanggang ngayon, and even before July 2016, panahon pa ni ERAP, panahon pa ni GMA, panahon pa ni FBR, panahon pa ni Gloria, nakikialam na ako eh. Kaya nakikita ko po, hindi yung probable cause, kundi moral and cultural impact of leadership. Yan nakita ko. Kung ano yung moral and cultural impact na Duterte leadership, ng Pinoy leadership, lahat po tinitingnan ko. Kaya may komentaryo ako at meron akong reklamo sa bawat namumuno. No? Kaya wala, there's no perfect. Kaya lang talaga, no, panahon ni Duterte, talagang ako ay naging ako sa mga naririnig ko, nakikita ko, nangyayari. At kaya ako sinabi ko nga, Ferdy at JB, Fred, sinabi ko sa isang forum that the church has the moral imperative to prevent another Duterte presidency. Dahil nakita ko personally yung cultural and moral and economic, etc., political repercussion of certain kinds of leadership.
Sige, Father, let's leave that topic for a while.